Hey yo, I am Seti B, aka Said. I am your host. This is Said Talk Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Listen, first of all, happy holidays to you and your family. I hope you guys have enjoyed, spending time with your loved ones this holiday. I know for most people, sometimes it's different. You lost a lot of people, lost some families, lost some friends, so it hit different. And my heart goes out to you all if you have lost a loved one. But look, we're here. 2024. That's crazy. I mean, that is insane how fast 2023, just really went through. 12 months, man. And now we're here, 2024. So obviously, we're going to talk about some New Year's resolutions, right? I know this happened every single year. But the problem is this, though. Most people, they're not really consistent, right, about some of their goals, some of their resolutions that they wanted to get done. So we're gonna just be talking about some New Year's resolutions, right? Some goals, some dreams and stuff that we might have, but also me personally that I have as well. So I want to start off with just a recap, right? A recap of 2023 for me. I felt like 2023 was good, but then it was bad at the same time. Towards the end of the year, I'll say maybe starting from July or August, that's when I really started to get deep within myself, as far as like my identity, as far as like learning about my emotions, but then also learning how to control my emotions, but then also looking at other people, right, as well, like looking at their emotions, how they're able to control their emotions or not have control over their emotions. So towards the end of the year has definitely been something special for me in 2023 because so I am a reader. I read tons of books. And my current book that I'm reading now, I maybe a couple chapters away from finishing it, but it's called Emotional Intelligence, right? So emotional intelligence, and this was a surprise to me in many ways. I even heard it in one of Jay-Z's albums, man. He was like, man, I've been taught everything except emotional intelligence. And so I have this book, man, and it is deep. And this book allowed me to take an assessment of, your emotional intelligence. Instead of your people say, oh, I have high IQ and this stuff. My intelligence is extremely high. But when we're talking about emotional intelligence, it's insane. Like when you're really dissecting yourself, the cause of the emotion, why did you react because of that emotion and things like that. So for me, I took a test. It was an assessment test. So it's kind of like the love languages, right? So you go online and you do the love languages and they give you like your highest, like, okay, quality time or words of affirmation. It gives you a score based off of like your self-awareness, but then also self-management, social awareness, and then social management. And I was a little disappointed because my scores were really low. And so it just really opened my eyes in the sense of like, man, I'm shocked. I'm kind of shocked for real because I felt like I had a good grasp of like my emotions, but in actuality, I really didn't. And so now that I'm really reading, but then I'm still observing myself and I'm looking at my emotions, I'm realizing my triggers, right? Those who, gets me angry, or the person that gets me angry, or the things that gets me angry. Why does it make me angry? So I'm learning all of those things, and it's really coming full circle, and it has opened my eyes tremendously. So like that's really the end of my year of 2023, of really just dissecting myself, my emotions, and being able to learn how to control my emotions and things like that as well. because study shows that if you can control your emotions, you're typically like a high performer, or you have that high IQ, in your business, your job, whether if you're in sports, things like that as well. So definitely it was an eye opener. I'm definitely working on that. And then prior to that, it's just been really a lot of work. I've been working a lot, not really like flying as much in the beginning of the year. I was just kind of over it, personally. Just I just didn't want to fly with my job. I was just out of it, I guess. But I was at home, and then another thing was I really enjoyed being home with my children. So I had so my 3 boys are in school, and then Ava, she stays home with me. But the twins, they were having problems, at school and things like that. So we were just trying to I had to really take a pause as well, just from work, so that I can really be home, take them to school, and really go over these things with them, homework. And then I believe that also, when it comes to parenting, everything really starts from your household. And what I mean is just the stuff that we want to get in routine of. I want to wake up and pray with my children every single morning. I want to be able to teach them and show them and really give my full attention and be present with my children while I'm at home, and literally not doing anything else. So I was able to do that and to learn that and learn how to become a better father, to my children as well. So just things like that, man, where I feel like this year really passed by extremely quick. So I am looking forward to 2024. I'm looking forward to, what's to come, right? Big things are coming for sure. I am excited because I have a board. I have a few whiteboards in my office of of just motivation, type of quotes. I have my daily habits that I'm trying to create. I have my business plan, right? So I have a business plan laid out. And so every day I'm looking at these things, and I'm actually tracking my business and stuff now. So it's I'm ready for 2024. So for me, let's do long-term and short-term goals. Let's see. So my short-term goals, fitness-wise, I want to definitely get back to being ripped. I feel like I've definitely been slacking. When it comes to just eating right. I've been consistent with working out and stuff, but eating what you eat is a huge part of the result, right, that you're looking for. So I definitely need to be more consistent. So that's my short-term goal, is to literally have a meal plan and prepare that meal plan a week before, that week. So let's say Sunday, I want to be able to have my meals ready for that entire week, because I believe that if you're not prepared, then it's easy to go back to your bad habits, right? If you're not prepared, for something great, then guess what? Because you don't have that salmon cooked, that brown rice, that broccoli, asparagus, because you don't have those things cooked, what happens now, you say, okay, I need to go get some food quickly. So I'm going to drive down the street and get some KFC. I'm going to drive down the street and get some McDonald's or something like that. So I just need to be prepared. That's my short-term goal. Another short-term goal is I want to make sure that we want to be able to make sure that there is no debt. Absolutely no debt whatsoever. Okay. Short-term goal, no debt at all. Right? So you have good debt and you have bad debt. I don't want any bad debt at all. So I want to get rid of that for sure. Let's say a long-term goal. So I want to really take my business a step further now, right? So it's been a few years where I felt like I've been really selfish in a way where I'm just doing things for me. Like I'm going out, I'm working, for my benefit. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going out and I'm working. But because I have this big dream right now, the dream is not big enough just for me to fulfill, right? I need others as well. So like my long term is to really focus on this business, but to help as many as people as possible. But really, and really build, this team long term to where I can teach people how to fish, right? So to speak. So like if someone asks me for money and then I give them money, then guess what? When they run out of that money that I've given them, they're gonna come back again to ask me for more. But then guess what? If I keep just giving them money, they're always going to come back asking for money. But my goal is I want to be able to teach people how to make money, right? So I want to teach people how to fish so that way, they're not coming back asking, for a fish or for some food or for some money. They actually know how to fish, and now they're teaching other people how to fish. And so I just want to build something real big. So my goal is I'm going to get this promotion for sure in my business. And like I said, I'm going all in. Another long-term goal is that I want to continue to save for my children, like the funds for my children. We do have a flexible college fund right now set up for my children where, even if they choose not to go to college, they still would have access to the money that has grown in this plan. But like the goal is really to like really be consistent and save as much as I can for each of my children, just so that they can kind of experience something different than what I did with my upbringing as well. A long-term goal is, well, actually this is a short-term goal. I want to definitely get out the country at least twice a year. And for all of you travelers that be like, twice a year, man, I'm out the country about 8-10 times a year. Okay, whatever. All right, baby steps. But look, at least twice a year, man, I want to definitely get out the country, travel with my wife, get out there and just explore, and really get out and do some damage. Let's see, another short-term goal. I'm working on being a better husband to my wife. I'm working on being a better just individual to others, as well. I've been in my word, and if you look at like Philippians chapter 2, verse 2 and following, like it talks about, having that mindset of Christ, but really like being able to like not focus so much on the interest of yourself, but the interest of others. And so that's what I'm walking into 2024. Like I want to make sure everybody around me is doing the things that they actually want to do, and I just want to be able to push them, and so that they can see what they can have, for real. So short-term goal, and then another long-term goal, man, definitely is I want to be able to make a name, right, for myself. What I mean is like the Blake name is really gonna be something. You're gonna know about the Blakes, right, generation after generation after generation. And I want to make sure that this Blake name continues, right? Obviously with the tools and resources that we have to make this possible. But that's my long-term goal. Like whether if it's like properties, I want to be able to set up something, through a will and living trust to where, every generation is going to be good. It's going to be written on like the rules of money. It's going to be written on how to spend the money or how to invest the money. I just want to build something so big to where like my great grandchildren will like know of me. They didn't see me, they see pictures, but they know of me because of what I've done now today, right? So yeah, man. So outside of those goals, Now, a lot of what I'm going to be like focusing on now, so I just want to move on with the things that I'm going to be doing. So I'm not going to tell you guys all of my plans. You're not about to hear all of my plans, but man, I'll share just a few with you. So with the podcast, man, so as you know, we have Said Talk podcast, we have Base podcast, you feel me? And the goal is really to take it a step further. We want to definitely step our game up when it comes to the podcast. The people that we interview, the videographer, all of these things, man. Like, we about to really step it up. Like, big things are really coming. Things are in the works. I reached out to a few people and their managers. So stay tuned, man, because things are in the works. And so I am excited about that. And the podcast for me, like, it's just a solid hobby where I can vent, but also I can learn about other people too. It's a great platform to come on and then just express yourself, talk about the things you've experienced, but also overcome, over time and things like that. So the podcast, man, we taking it to a whole nother level. Our social media presence, we're going to take that to a whole nother level. It's when it comes to that, but then also just our networking, our network as far as, meeting people, throwing events, in the near future, talking about, buying something at this place to kind of, to buy and build up, for some stuff that's coming soon, so I'll briefly drop that out, but yeah, man, I'm just excited. I am excited for what's to come because it's time to work. Like, I've been talking for a few years now, and you guys saw some of the work, but it's like now I'm talking now because this is just the episode of my podcast, but I'm really about to be about action, and if you're watching this and you're listening to this, like, you guys need to hold me accountable now. I'm saying this publicly because if you don't see me handle my business, if you don't see me actually walking and doing the things that I said I was going to do, you could have been like, hey, Sid, remember that video? You said you was doing this. What happened? Please tell me that. But I'm already here, though, with it. On a mental note, I'm already here. You feel me? So I'm excited. I'm about to really be about action. Like I say, I'm really just growing, learning myself with my emotions and things like that as well. So that's just a little bit, man, about like my goals, dreams, so it's just one thing in my dreams. So what I do want is like a huge mansion, which I will get, just so that I can have all my family in there with me. I'm talking about the mansions with so many rooms, mansions with the side houses, the guest house, we got the backyard, I own the land, and just things like that, man. That's gonna happen for sure. But like, just so I could move my pops in, what I'm saying? I got my mom able to take care of my mom, get my brother family in there, what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about so many rooms. And so that's just a dream of mine, which is definitely gonna happen. So you gotta just actually come up with a plan at the end of the day. And so now I want to tell you all, right, if you all have goals, if you all have, things that you are looking to do in 2024 or New Year's resolutions, I would like to tell you first is to get a piece of paper, get a pencil, right, or a pen, whatever, and then start jotting down the things that you want. Okay, jot down the things that you want. And then after you do that, you have to come up with a plan on how to get these things that you want. Okay? Even if it's you changing who you are as well. Like, if you're trying to elevate, you need to jot down, who do you want to become? Right? Like, who are you? Who do you want to become? But then also look at these things, right, of what we can do to get to the person that we want to be. And then we have to execute. After you have your game plan, you have to execute the plan. And this the thing. You have to at least start it, okay? Whatever your plan is, go ahead and just start it. But then you have to have discipline to like keep it going, okay? But you really have to have consistency to finish it. Like, that consistency is everything. Like, people start something and they start off strong too. Like, they'll post all of this stuff and do all of these things, and then they'll just fall off. Be like, dang, bro, what happened? Dang, sis, what happened? We all gotta stay consistent. Like, we all experience this, right? Because we're human. And so, like, sometimes you just don't feel like working. Sometimes you don't feel like recording. Sometimes you don't feel like doing a podcast. Sometimes you don't feel like talking with other people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't feel like doing what it is that you want to do. But it's like, here's the key. A lot of times you're going to have to do the things you do not want to do to get to where you want to be. Simple as that. Do the things you do not want to do to get to where you want to be. And you just got to push through it, because it's hard. It is hard. Like, if I tell you that I'm dropping an episode every Monday, you know how hard that is to like keep that up, right? I'm a family of 6. I still have a full-time job. You know, I'm an insurance agent. I offer financial services, you know, so there's a lot that I'm doing as well. And so, like, in my job, you know, it kind of takes me away from the office and home and stuff like that. So it's like, there's times where I'm just exhausted mentally, but when you still have your goal in mind, you have to push through. You have to do the things that you don't want to do to get to where you want to be. At the end of the day, push through it. You're going to hate to want to do it at some point, but you cannot give up. Don't give up. I promise you, man, because you're going to appreciate the reward. You're going to appreciate the outcome. You're going to appreciate the result. Do not give up, please. Like, keep fighting. If you have other people around you that is not encouraging you, get rid of them. Seriously. If you have people around you that's not supporting you, get rid of them, you know. And, you know, it's going to be family. It's going to be close friends, you know, where, you know, you're starting something. They don't necessarily believe in what you're thinking yet. But if you stay consistent, you'll prove everyone wrong. I promise you, you will. Like, if you're doing something that is correct for a very long time over and over and over again, the result is obviously going to be good. The result is going to be good from that. Like, just stay consistent, man. And you know, a lot of times you guys record videos, even myself, and say, hey, I'm about to do this for 2023. I'm about to do this for 2024. Do what you say you're going to do. And that's going to give you that confidence. A lot of people say, I'm not motivated. And a lot of people say, I'm not confident right now to feel like I need to do this. But if you stay consistent in whatever it is that you want in life, guess what? At that point, when you see the result of that, that's going to bring you the motivation that you need to then take you on a higher level. You're going to elevate from that, and then that's going to build your confidence because you're doing the things that you said you were going to do. If you said you were going to get up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., get your butt up. No excuses. Stop snoozing. If you say that you was going to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, then take your butt down there and go to the gym. Like, if you say you're going to be a better person, a better husband, a better wife, a better parent, do what you say you're going to do and be consistent in it. Because when you're consistent, you can't lose. You can't. Sometimes you can even use the haters as your motivation to prove them wrong. But you're still going to be better off if you stay consistent while proving them wrong. You're going to be so far ahead from them. Do what you said you was going to do at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Okay. So once again, jot down what it is you want, or jot down who it is you want to be. and then come up with a plan, right? Come up with a game plan on how to get right to what you want, or how to become who you want to be, and then execute and stay consistent. That's it. This is not a long episode. I just wanted to say happy holidays, happy new year, 2024. We're here, baby. Everyone stay consistent. Keep pushing. Do not give up. Keep fighting, right? If you fall, get your butt right back up. If you stumble, you better get your feet right and you know what I'm saying, make sure you don't stumble again. Like, we learn from all of these things. Like, a loss is not a loss, it's a lesson. Come on, man. Like, we all can do it. I know you can do it. I know it. I know you can do it. Keep doing it and make 2024 a great one. I'm out, baby. This is Said Talk Podcast.